That's right, the American Adversaries, where we address the nation and its problems. And we dress them up actually rather well with our friend who has the best American T-shirts in the country. This man has message T-shirts, not massage T-shirts. He has message T-shirts, and they're the kind that you're going to want to wear. How you doing there, Mr. Scott?
I'm doing really good. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that. How's things going down there in Florida?
Great. Larry Adams here with Christopher Hart. We have on the line right now Scott Miller of Liberty Threads, the guy that makes the best T-shirts around.
MyLibertyThreads.com is where you can find them. Scott, where are you at and where you been?
Let's see. We just came from a gun show right outside of Dallas, Texas. Had a good time down there. Got to meet some really good folks and see what they were all about. I'll tell you, they got some very angry Texans right now with what's going on in our country. Very, very angry and ready for a few elections to come up.
What are they most angry about? Immigration? That'd be
my guess. It really is. You know, immigration is on everybody's lips. You're seeing just families walking around that'll be wearing stickers, sometimes 2-3 different styles of stickers, saying with either an immigration with a circle around and a line through it, or come through legal. You know, different things that you're seeing. It's kind of across the board with the immigration, discussed with what's going on at our borders.
Sure.
You know, they really feel it most down in Texas because they're seeing it firsthand there.
And Scott, what about the biker gangs there in Texas there? They seem to have a little problem getting along, too.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, it's not a kumbaya feeling going on, I guess, around the country these days. I don't know what the bikers could pinpoint it to.
Well, they always find something to fight about, but
territory.
Yeah. So the people are anxious for next year for the elections.
Yeah, they are in Texas, particularly. I guess with it being Ted Cruz's state, but there were a couple of different people that were there at the gun show. One from a Tea Party and another from a Ted Cruz. I guess mostly a PAC committee. But that were there either selling shirts or hats or giving out literature for Ted Cruz. And, as always, I talk to the customers to get a feel for where they're at. And, there's a completely different feeling about Ted Cruz in Texas that I'm finding when I go to other parts of the country.
How do you mean?
Well, unfortunately, Cruz has been cast in such a light that to be the bad guy, to be the guy that's stopping things. And, a few weeks ago when I was in Alabama, and I've been in Georgia earlier this year, and a few different places, I'm finding that people think Cruz doesn't have a chance. Even if they liked him, they don't think he has a chance because of his negative image.
In Texas?
And moved on to another candidate.
No, he's saying in Texas it's different.
In Texas, it's way different. It's almost like understood that he's the man for the job.
Gotcha. Do they give you any indication that they're solid with that belief, or that there's something he could do to change their mind?
The ones that are concerned he won't win the election,
yeah,
I'll tell you, from several of them, I get the feeling that their mind could be changed if they felt he had a chance to win. But there are others that just, just as there are people that call themselves Republicans that are so anti-Tea Party. I've heard people have bought shirts for me on the way away. Be talking about teabaggers, and stuff.
Right.
And it's just
right.
To me, it's such a disconnect. But, it's like that whole concept of being several different parties under the same tent.
Yeah, exactly. How about Rick Perry? How do the people in Texas feel about Rick Perry? And in the other states,
throwing his hat in the ring 1st of June.
Yeah. I got to tell you, I didn't hear his name come up a whole lot at the gun show.
Okay.
One way or another.
All right.
I was a little surprised about that.
Yeah. Well, I
think he's done.
Yeah, if out of those two, I would have to think that Ted Cruz would at least be the most electable. But we'll see.
I'll tell you, the next place I'm heading is the Southern. Well, I'm here now. It's the Southern Republican Leadership Conference, which starts on Thursday, and I think every one of the candidates that's out there is going to be speaking here, and if I get the opportunity, I'm spending the day today emailing them again, that I feel like I've got my finger on the pulse of conservative America and inviting them to come by my table. Because, the message that I'm talking to people is the same message from Ronald Reagan. The no shades of gray. The solid, staunch conservatism is what our country needs right now. And if anybody wants to fire up the conservative base, they wouldn't do it by talking about compromising. And they wouldn't do it by pointing the finger at everything that Obama personally and stuff he's done wrong. I think instead this is the opportunity to point out that liberalism doesn't work.
Well, so Jeb isn't really faring well either, correct?
I'm not hearing his name
anywhere. You're right. You're right,
yeah.
Scott.
The only people that you're hearing his name from, I think, are the people with the money. That are. And when I say the money, I'm not thinking a class thing, but the people that are donating to the Republican campaigns in general maybe are more for the established Republicans.
Scott, Texas aside, because as you said, they're excited about Ted Cruz in Texas. Who are they excited about in Alabama and Georgia and other places?
That's a good question, and a lot of times it's the timing of when I go through a place. But they were really big on Scott Walker when I was in Alabama, and that was right as Ted Cruz. I'm sorry, not Ted Cruz, but when Ted Cruz threw his name into the ring as the first one was when I was going through Alabama. But they were really big into Scott Walker, and I heard quite a few people talking about Ben Carson when I was there in Alabama. Ben
Carson, okay.
Yep.
All right.
And both of them are speaking. In fact, each of them are speaking this weekend, as well as Bobby Jindal, even Chris Christie and Jeb Bush. We're going to have Santorum is going to be out there. Ted Cruz will be speaking. Lindsey Graham is even going to be coming out and speaking. Yeah,
and he's announced that he's going to make his announcement, I think, also at the end of this month. There's going to be a flurry of announcements sort of at the end of May, 1st of June. And we'll have to get a report from you next week, Tuesday. We'll be off Monday, but maybe Tuesday we can get a report from you. Where is that happening? Where are you at?
I'm in Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City. Okay, yep. Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, huh?
It starts on Thursday, and they'll be speaking straight through. Harley Fort Fiorino, I think, is one of the first ones on Thursday. Then it ends up on Saturday afternoon.
Saturday afternoon. Okay, well, we'll get a report from you next week on that. And what's your hottest selling shirt right now?
I tell you, we just came out with one. It's just 3 simple words, but I love it. It just says, "Not that woman."
Not that woman.
It's not on our website yet, but people could always contact me through the contact us part if they were interested in one of those. And I'm loving seeing the reaction to that one, especially at the gun show.
Is there like a part of her picture on it?
Nope, we just made it so simple. I think if somebody wants to come by and really complain and try to kick me out of an event, I'll tell them, "Oh, well, how do you know I wasn't talking about Sarah?"
That's right. That's right. Not that woman. Not that woman. That's right. That's a good one. All right. This is Scott Miller of My Liberty Threads. You can go to mylibertythreads.com to get his great shirts, and don't forget to take advantage of the American Adversaries discount. Well, Scott, you travel safely, and we'll talk to you next week. And keep your ear to the road so you know what's going on out there for us.
Hey, man, you guys keep doing what you're doing. Love the program.
Well, thank you, Scott. We love it that you're a sponsor of our show. We couldn't do it without guys like you. All right, that's Scott Miller. And once again, you can find his shirts at mylibertythreads.com. They're great shirts. We give them away on Sunday night as part of our Who Said That contest. Of course, last night we did a Why Is That contest. We wanted to know why B.B. King named his guitar Lucille. If you want to know the whole story, go to our website, AmericanAdversaries.com. It'll be in the archive tonight. Okay, when we come back, we're going to have Sister Hatun Dogan, and we got 2 more of the American Sniper combo packs to give away.